Christmas is right around the corner, and for Christmas, some of you might be thinking, should I let mom move in? Stay with me, and we're going to talk about mother in law apartments.
You better get fired up.
All right, so seriously, I did a video a few days ago, and I talked about mother in law apartments. We were actually talking about generational housing and how there's a growing percentage of people who are living with their family, right? Whether it's living with mom and dad, living with your kids, whatever it is, you're living with your family. I would guess the majority of the people doing this are doing this to cut costs. I'm sure there's a percentage of them who are doing it just because they love mom and dad or they love the kids or whatever it is. But we're seeing that percentage grow. So I had stated in the video that I guessed there were 6 to 8 properties in the market, single family homes in Port St. Lucie that had a mother-in-law apartment. We're actually going to look at how many there are today. And there's 2 ways that you can do it. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you why it's kind of challenging for realtors to do. And I'm going to show you as a listing, if you're going to go sell your home and you have one of these, how to set yourself up for success so buyers agents like me can actually find it, right? So let me share my screen here. And what I'm going to show you is the MLS. It's what we use as realtors to look up listings for you as a buyer. We put your home in the market as a seller. And if you told me, hey, Joe, I want to be in Port St. Lucie and I want a mother-in-law apartment, this is exactly where I go and what I would do. So I'm coming into Port St. Lucie here, and we're going to come down to, you know what? I'm actually not going to hit that. I was going to hit single family homes, but let's just hold off on that and come down to, there's 2 ways to do this. The easier way, but it's not necessarily a mother-in-law apartment, it could be in the house, is to put in 2 master suites. Now, again, could that be 2 master suites in the home, meaning 2 bedrooms that have its own bathroom? Absolutely, it could. Sometimes it means it's got a mother-in-law suite. We'll see. There's 41 options. Okay, so I am going to come back up to single family homes. I'm assuming the majority of these. Yeah, so what was that? Oh my gosh, it just started raining. It's loud out there. All right, so we got 34 options here. That's considerably more than I said. But again, when I was saying 6 to 8, I'm talking about actual separate apartments with their own little kitchenette and all that kind of stuff. So let's take a look at this list, and I'm going to put these in order from, let's go back to list. Lowest price to highest price. Okay, so we got some at 275, 3 1/4, 335, 3. I'm really interested in seeing if these actually have. Wow, this is a big old house. Okay, so this one must have some sort of damage or something. There's no way a home like this is going for 275. But that one might. It just may take a lot of work, right? Let's go take a look at this one. Yeah, I got a tough time believing this one's got 2 master suites in it. Let's see if I'm wrong here. So there was one. Okay, so there's 1 master bathroom. That's not a master bath. Yeah. See, I think a lot of these 2 are going to be incorrectly labeled. Yeah, I don't think there's any way that this has 2 master suites. No home is going to have a 1-stall garage with 2 master suites on it. See, and a lot of these 2, yeah, this one does not have 2 master suites. So you can actually not hire a realtor. You can put it on the MLS yourself. You pay a flat fee or a smaller commission, whatever it is, and you do all the paperwork yourself. Those listings, a lot of times, are very inaccurate. And it hurts them searchability-wise. But also for a guy like me trying to look for my clients to find something that fits, you start to see a lot of mistakes, and it gets really challenging, right? So let's come up, let's try this one, see if we can. So this one's got a 3rd-stall garage. I'm starting to think this one might actually have veranda gardens. Okay, we're pitching the HOA before the house. Let's see here. Let's get into the master suites. Where are they? Holy smoke. Okay, let's go back here. So here is 1 master suite. You can see a huge walk-in closet. That's a big old walk-in closet with California closets and the bathroom on the left here. There's your closet. Oh, that's a closet and a half. Holy smokes. And maybe that's what they're counting as the second room. It's not a closet, it's a bedroom, and they're both connected to the same bathroom. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. So I'm going to show you the other way to do this, right? You can come back to edit search, and instead of going to master suites, we're going to go add field, and we're going to go to remarks, and you've got broker only remarks and public remarks. Okay. So we could do this in either one, but I'm just going to show you one in public remarks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type in mother. And you got to get kind of creative with this, because how are people going to type it in, right? But a lot of people are going to write mother-in-law suite. So 9 of these say mother. So let's take a look at what the verbiage in the listing says. This one, the verbiage says, let's go Control F, mother. Mother-in-law suite, okay? So this one's $435. It's got a 1-stall garage. It's on the water, metal roof. I want to see if we can see what that mother-in-law suite. Okay, so here, is this the main kitchen? Yes, that is the main kitchen. But then look at this. Is that the same kitchen? That's the fridge. Yeah, you don't have, okay, so that's got to be the same kitchen. This is a different kitchen. So this one genuinely has a mother-in-law suite. Perfect. That's what we're looking for. Here, looking for the word mother, it says mother-in-law or teen suite. Okay, so let's take a look at it. This one's got a pool too. Okay, so there's kitchen 1. There's master bathroom 1. Okay, they're probably counting the upstairs loft, which does have its own bathroom, it looks like, but it doesn't have its own kitchen. And again, everybody's got a different definition of mother-in-law suite in accordance with what it is they're trying to achieve, right? So it's not a right or wrong answer necessarily. I can't believe this one. I want to see one that's got an actual separate unit. That's kind of a cool looking outdoor area. Let's get into some of the higher prices. Maybe they'll have it there. This one might. Let's see from the overhead shot. Yeah, I don't think this one's going to have it either. Holy smokes, let's get up to $1 million. Does this one actually have a separate mother-in-law suite? This one's on Indian River Drive. Oh, it's all redone inside too. Super pretty. So here you can see we've got a little kitchenette, right? You got the wine cooler, the sink, the dishwasher. No, that's not a kitchenette. That's part of this kitchen. What about this? Nope, that's the same kitchen. Pretty kitchen. So I'm trying to see. Okay, so yeah, they got an upper loft area, and it looks like it's got its own bedroom. But again, you're spending $1 million for that. We'll look at Uno Mas. Okay, this looks like newer construction, probably in the last 4 or 5 years. White vinyl fence. Okay, so there's a master. Now we're in the garage. Yeah, see, so it's really hard to tell, but I will tell you there are a lot of people who say they got a mother-in-law suite, and then when you get in there, you're like, well, that's not exactly what I was thinking of. So this one, Control F, mother, says perfect for a nursery or even a mother-in-law suite. Yeah, so you might have to do a little work to get that one going. But anyway, I just wanted to show you it is challenging. You're going to want a realtor who's experienced with this and knows how to use the MLS, look up different things like that. And you might also get 20, 30 listings sent to you. You're going to have to go in there and see, okay, which ones say that they're set up. And if you do $10, $20, $30,000 worth of work, it's a mother-in-law suite versus how many have maybe a separate area, a loft, like a second story loft. And it's got its own bathroom, and they're counting that as a mother-in-law suite, but it doesn't have its own kitchenette, its own separate entrance or anything like that. Also, if it's an upper loft, a lot of times the reason you want a mother-in-law suite is, hey, my 75, 80-year-old mother is going to come live with me for the last, decade or two of her life. Do you really want your 80-year-old mom going up a flight of stairs to get to bed every night and back down the stairs. And there's no right or wrong answer. It's just something I want to make sure you're considering. What a lot of people are looking for, and kind of the perfect situation, but again, it's very challenging to find and it's expensive. I said the other day that when I've seen these, they kind of start in the $600,000-$700,000 range, is a completely separate unit that has a separate entrance on your property. It might even be, 6, 8, 10, 12 feet away from, like the walls are away from your property. It might even be connected. You've got a connected wall, but there's no door. Like they can't get into your house without going outside. They've got a couple of them. I live in Bedford Park. They got a couple of them here. And I've seen them in a few different areas here. Tradition has, I don't want to say quite a few, but they have a few. I've seen a few, and they both open up. The house and the mother-in-law apartment will open up to like a pool area, so mom can enjoy the pool. And she might even have her own little kitchenette, which is essentially like a small hotel-sized fridge and a microwave, maybe a cooktop. So she has the ability to have a little privacy and stay home for the day if she'd like. If she wants to have a full meal with you guys, she certainly can. But those options are certainly out there. But again, you've got to go hunting for them. You've got to go earn that property. It's a little more challenging to find. Can you build a brand new property that's got that? Absolutely. But again, anytime you're building new construction and you're building something custom that a lot of builders have not, I don't want to say they haven't done, because some builders have done them, but they don't necessarily have saved floor plans. You might have to hire an architect, and an architect, I don't know if they're still charging $250 a foot, but that's what we were charging, was $200 to $250 a foot. Maybe it's more expensive now. So if you're building with the mother-in-law, let's say it's 3,000 square feet. Let's say it's only 2,500 square feet. You're probably looking at $5,000, $6,000 just starting for an architect to build you out some plans. So it gets expensive, but the pro is you get exactly what you want and it's new. The con is you're going to pay a little bit more money. So there's a lot of ways to skin the cat. It's just kind of dependent upon what you guys are looking to do. So there's some options for you. If you've got any ideas for future Florida Treasure Coast market updates that you'd like me to do, we're here every single Wednesday at 11 o'clock. We want to make sure that you are the most educated buyer and seller in this market. And again, thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful day.